We are on the start of the day of questioning of Donna McLean, a Soraki. I'm joined by Dave Smith from the Blacklist Support Group.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Dave.
And look at these lovely new microphones
Yes.
we've got. Excellent.
I mean, they're not like genuinely new, as you can tell by the secondhand nature of them. But Dave's just informed me, as a sound tech, he's willing to take over all the audio issues that we've got with the broadcast. So if anybody's had any problems with the audio in the past, any future problems will be down to Dave, which is going to sort out all of. So we're about to hear from Donna. Donna has written a book about her experiences of being deceived by an undercover police officer, Small Town Girl.
Small Town Girl.
Have you read it?
I make an appearance in it.
You do make an appearance in it, yeah. Should we just get, what can we expect to hear from Donna today?
I think we're going to get what we got, inspiration, I think. Like all of the women activists who've given evidence, you know, it's just, you know, there's going to be times when we're appalled by the treatment. There are going to be times when we're inspired by the work. I do. One of the things that I have felt the more I watch the women activists being questioned is it's unnecessary. Actually, the police have admitted it. They've paid out compensation. They've made a public apology, and yet they're being asked the most intrusive, really personal questions, and you know, really intimate questions about their private life and about their mental health. And quite honestly, I don't think it's needed. You know, I mean, you know, once the police have made the apology and accepted it, certain parts of what they're being grilled on, which is quite clearly traumatic.
Very clearly.
I mean, it's traumatic watching it, let alone actually being in a witness box, being asked the questions. I think, you know, if the inquiry was genuinely concerned for, you know, the trauma of the victims, then it could pretty much just accept, you know, on a whole, accept that stuff went on, and just whatever the women have written in their witness statement is true and correct. I find it nonsensical. I mean, if someone wants to make a a point about it, and you know, but I think the women should be given the option, to be honest, because otherwise I think it's very painful, and you know.
It's particular lines of questioning, isn't it? I mean, I think there's one thing to be said about some of the questions around, like, kind of how did he behave, what did he do, what was his role, you know, where was he with you when this happened, blah blah blah, and so forth. There's another where we were taken through like the blow by blow sort of nature of the first time they had sex, and I mean, in some cases, I mean, I'm thinking of Jessica and Andy Coles, where there was a lot of questions about, so where were you lying in the bed exactly, and what, which is despicable of him, given that everybody else, including his employers, the Metropolitan Police, have accepted of his sexual abuse. But I mean, we saw it with Alison about Mark Jenner, you know, kind of that first night, you know, him staying over, and you know, there's these deeply personal questions going right back to Madeline in phase 1 of tranche 1, who was, you know, phase 2 of tranche 1. You know, the specific details of, you know, where so you sat on his lap, and then you know, sit on the arm of the chair, then on his lap, and this sort of this forensic sort of approach to the. It's almost, you know,
I mean, you know, to use a well-known phrase, it's almost slut shaming. You know, it's the kind of stuff that, you know, rape victims get in trials, where everything is sort of, you know, but to try and blame the, you know, blame the woman in an event which is, of course, appalling. And also, who cares? Like, quite honestly, who cares? You know, as I think Alison was quite upfront about it. She said, I fancied him, you know, even if she did fancy him, even if she did come on to him. So bloody what? So bloody what? You know? You know, that does not allow an undercover police officer, state sanctioned, you know, supported by the state, with a handler that's very often just a few streets away, you know, getting text messages from, you know, from the bed in some occasions. It's like, fucking appalling.
It is fucking appalling. Well, it's only a short broadcast because we will be going in fairly soon. Today's proceedings will be live streamed with a 10-minute delay as usual, so you'll be able to tune in from 10:10. The link to the broadcast from the undercover police inquiry is in the comments. Just before we do go in, is there anything you want to kind of say about what we might expect in terms of the questioning, some areas people should look out for?
I'm hoping the questioning is going to be about the famous party where Carlos Sarachi, the undercover police officer, proposed marriage to Donna, but at the same party managed to suggest to a number of anti-racist activists there that they should go and firebomb a charity shop owned by an Italian fascist that was just round the corner. You know, and
we've heard a lot about this night from numerous witnesses: Dan Gilman, Joe Batty. Somebody else as well.
Frank Smith.
Frank Smith, yes. So I mean, we've come at this from all angles. I mean, Carlos Sarachi will be giving evidence himself next week, and I know he'll be giving evidence for 4 days, though often the inquiry doesn't use the full 4 days. It's something that's definitely going to be brought up with him then. Any other topics?
Blacklisting, obviously.
Yeah,
it's one of our topics. As Joe Batty talked about last week, he's because of what's on his police file now, and because of what's been, quite clearly shared when, in certain roles are vetted roles. Vetting. UK security vetting is a government department run by the Cabinet Office, funded by the Cabinet Office. Does 200,000 vetting searches a year for vetted roles. Well, they're not all sort of top secret government sort of nuclear weapons kind of roles, or work in the senior civil service. A lot of these are relatively, everyone working on Hinkley Point Power Station at the moment, bricklayers, carpenters, the people working in the canteen, they're all having to be vetted to do that job. And if you're got a special branch file on you for stuff that, as Joe Batty says, he hasn't got a criminal record, he's never been convicted for anything. Because these undercover coppers are exaggerating stuff and writing crap about you, you can't end up getting a job. I'm assuming Donna might come and say something about that as well. And I'm wishing her good luck as well.
Good luck,
we're here for love and solidarity, and
absolutely.
Cheer our people on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we better go in because things are about to start fairly soon. Please share and like these videos. They'll be broadcast throughout the day. I'll be posting regular updates on X or until I get banned from doing so. So thanks for joining us. See you all during the first break.
Ta-da.